Meantime, we had a lot of rain this week, but one of the biggest problems happened to be short-lived street flooding.
Brian Burns talked to city officials who raided the stormwater drainage system. He joins us now from a still wet neighborhood.
While you can still find standing water in many spots around town, city officials say the drainage worked well, and especially after adding filtration baskets.
The inlet baskets here look like pool filter baskets and are placed in strategic drains around town. 28 of them were installed 2 years ago, and crews clean the baskets every month or more so that debris that washes into drains from the streets don't block those drains. Despite 9 high water rescues from cars and water that did block roads and streets around the city for short times this week, the storm drains were clear.
Stormwater system performed very well. We did catch, we've got a rain gauge down at one of our lift stations down town, and we caught a little over 16 inches of rain there. So considering we caught that amount of rain in about 48 hours, yes, we did very well.
Byram says storm drain crews continue making minor improvements in older areas of town, including wider openings for storm drains and larger inlet pipes that easily fit into the old infrastructure.
The city hopes to continue to make improvements to these storm drains all over town so that the next tropical rain will be even less troubling than this past week. Brian Burns, 3 News.
But speaking of rain,